Right now, as we speak, iRobot Corporation, ticker symbol IRBT, is trading live at approximately $1.13 per share. You are looking at a catastrophic intraday collapse with the stock down over 73% in a single trading session, obliterating nearly all remaining equity value. If you look at the charts, it is a vertical red line, a bloodbath that signals more than just a bad quarter. It signals the end of an era for one of America's most iconic consumer robotics companies. The volume is exploding, with over 75 million shares traded already, as panic selling grips the market and high-frequency algorithms scramble to exit positions. This is not a dip, this is not a correction, this is a funeral. Expectations in the market this morning were grim, but many retail traders, perhaps some of you watching, held on to a sliver of hope. The expectation was that iRobot, the pioneer that introduced the world to the Roomba, might find a white knight, a savior, or perhaps execute a desperate restructuring that would leave current shareholders with something, however small. The brand is a household name. Surely that carries value. The expectation was that a company with 42% of the U.S. market share in robotic vacuums couldn't just vanish into thin air. But the reality delivered today is absolutely brutal and far worse than the optimistic turnaround narrative suggested. iRobot has officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, but here is the kicker, the detail that changes everything. They are not just reorganizing to come back stronger as a public company, they are entering a binding agreement to be acquired by their primary manufacturing partner, a Chinese entity named Shenzhen PICEA Robotics, and most critically for anyone holding this stock in their individual brokerage account or through Robinhood stock trading apps, the filing explicitly states that existing equity holders are expected to be wiped out. Zero. The reality is that the common stock is likely heading to cancellation, meaning the shares you hold could legally become worthless. This disconnect between the cheap stock psychological trap and the total loss reality is what is driving this 70% plunge right now. Let's analyze exactly how we got here, because this is a textbook case of how a tech darling fails. This morning's press release from Bedford, Massachusetts confirmed what many feared but hoped to avoid. iRobot has entered into a restructuring support agreement. They have filed voluntary petitions for relief under Chapter 11 of the U.S. Bankruptcy Code in the District of Delaware. The plan is for PICEA Robotics to acquire the business. PICEA isn't some random private equity firm. They are the contract manufacturer that has been building Roombas for years. They hold the debt, they control the supply chain, and now they are taking the keys to the castle. To understand the magnitude of this collapse, we have to look at the recent trading action leading up to today. The stock didn't just fall off a cliff today, it has been bleeding out for months. Just a few years ago, during the pandemic highs of 2021, this stock was trading near $197 a share. Investors were pouring money into what they saw as the future of the smart home. Today, at $1.13, we're looking at a destruction of over 99% of shareholder value. The intraday movement today is characterized by extreme volatility. Halts in trading due to limit-down circuit breakers are likely as the market digests the zero recovery language in the bankruptcy filing. We are seeing massive blocks being dumped, likely by institutional holders who can no longer justify holding a bankrupt equity in their portfolios. If you are using Interactive Brokers trading platforms or watching the depth of market on your Fidelity trading platform, you are seeing a complete lack of buy-side support. The buy-side liquidity has evaporated because the smart money knows that in a Chapter 11 scenario like this, the creditors get paid first and the common shareholders are last in line, usually getting nothing. This tragedy links back to a specific pivotal event, the failed Amazon acquisition. You have to remember, less than 2 years ago, Amazon, the titan that drives Apple stock and Tesla stock narratives with its massive tech ecosystem, agreed to buy iRobot for $1.7 billion. That was the exit strategy. That was the golden parachute. The thesis was simple. Amazon would integrate Roomba into its smart home mesh alongside Alexa and Ring. It made perfect sense. But then the European Union regulators stepped in. They blocked the deal on antitrust grounds, fearing Amazon would suppress competition. When that deal officially died in January 2024, iRobot was left stranded. They had bet everything on that merger. They hadn't built a standalone survival plan because they assumed they were being acquired. When the deal collapsed, Amazon paid a $94 million breakup fee, but that was a drop in the bucket compared to iRobot's bleeding balance sheet. They were left with bloated inventory, declining sales, and no big brother to bail them out. Since that termination, iRobot has been in a death spiral. They laid off 31% of their staff almost immediately. The CEO, Colin Angle, a legend in the robotics field who co-founded the company, stepped down. They tried to pivot. They brought in turnaround experts, but the macroeconomic environment was merciless. This brings us to the tariff trap. In the bankruptcy filings released today, the company explicitly cited the impact of tariffs. They moved manufacturing to Vietnam to diversify away from China, only to be hit with a 46% tariff on Vietnamese imports that added an estimated $23 million in unexpected costs just this year. When you are already losing cash, a $23 million hit to the bottom line is fatal. It essentially burned through their remaining liquidity. The competitive landscape also shifted while iRobot was distracted with the Amazon deal. If you look at the shelves or browse investing sites that track consumer trends, you will see that the market has been flooded with cheaper, high-tech alternatives from companies like Roborock, Ecovacs, and Shark. These competitors introduced features like self-emptying docks and advanced mopping capabilities faster and cheaper than iRobot did. iRobot, the pioneer, became the legacy incumbent, the IBM of vacuums in a world moving at NVIDIA speed. While investors were watching NVIDIA stock soar on AI hype, iRobot failed to convince the market that its AI was superior enough to justify a premium price tag. The brand equity of Roomba was strong, but not strong enough to make consumers pay $800 when a $400 competitor did the same job. Now let's look closer at the mechanics of this PICEA deal. The total debt iRobot owes is massive. PICEA, by acquiring the debt from other lenders like Carlyle Group, effectively positioned themselves to own the company. This is a loan-to-own strategy, often seen in distressed assets. By converting that debt into ownership of the reorganized private company, PICEA takes the assets, the brand, the patents, the engineering talent, and leaves the shell of the public company behind. This is why the stock is trading at $1.13 and not $0 yet, because there is always a tiny fraction of speculators, gamblers really, who think maybe a higher bidder will emerge. But in bankruptcy court, that's a long shot. The reality we discussed earlier is that PICEA is the primary supplier. They hold the cards. It is highly unlikely another bidder can step in without PICEA's cooperation. For those of you using Schwab Intelligent Portfolios or seeking investment help, this is a critical lesson in diversification and risk management. Often, self-investing platforms glorify the idea of buying the dip, but when a company files for Chapter 11 with a pre-packaged plan to wipe out equity, buying the dip is akin to lighting cash on fire. You might see some dead cat bounces, momentary spikes where the stock jumps 10% or 20% from these lows, driven by short covering or retail speculation on Robinhood investments, but fundamentally, the equity is slated for cancellation. I want to pause here and ask you a question, because this affects real portfolios. Comment below how many shares of iRobot you currently hold, or if you managed to sell before today's crash. Are you holding for a miracle, or did you cut your losses when the Amazon deal failed? Let's get a discussion going in the comments about how you handle these distressed situations. Let's shift gears to the fundamental business model just to understand what is being lost here. iRobot was founded in 1990 by MIT roboticists. They literally created the consumer robot category. For 2 decades, they defined what it meant to have a robot in your home. Their business model was hardware-centric: sell the unit, sell replacement parts, filters, brushes, and hopefully upgrade the user every 3 to 5 years. They tried to pivot to a software and services model, hoping to monetize the maps of your home that Roombas generate, perhaps selling that data to smart home ecosystems. But that pivot never materialized into significant revenue. Privacy concerns and technical hurdles slowed them down. Meanwhile, hardware became a commodity. The moat that iRobot had, its proprietary navigation technology, was bridged by competitors using LiDAR and camera-based SLAM, which was just as good, if not better. The financials leading up to today were disastrous. In the most recent quarterly reports, revenue was down nearly 25% year over year. They were burning cash every single quarter. Their cash position had dwindled to under $30 million. For a global hardware company, that's essentially running on fumes. They simply ran out of runway. The Fidelity mutual funds and Fidelity ETFs that once held IRBT as a growth component have likely been liquidating their positions for months, contributing to the downward pressure we have seen all year. This institutional